Hey friends, it's Liz, the official craft nerd, and today we are going to nerd out just a little bit with some Marvel themed DIYs. Let's get started. So my first project is I am going to customize a pair of tennis shoes for my daughter. So my daughter is a huge Marvel fan, my husband is as well. I mean, really my whole family. We are big fans, and I thought what better to showcase this for my kiddo than with a pair of her own custom kicks. So my first step here is to create a pattern for the front face or the nose of the shoe, just so that I can get a good idea of what size I'm going to need to cut out of my comic strip book. Or my comic strip book. Y'all, I just, I can't with words right now. So you basically just want to kind of trace out your pattern on the comic page itself, picking whatever image that you like or that you think would look, you know, aesthetically pleasable on the front of your shoe. That's what I did here, and I'm just going to kind of play around with it. I'm going to trim it up and see how well to get it to fit. I'm also going to shove basically just a towel in the shoe just to kind of get it to be puffed up so that it will be easy to work on. And then I'm just taking some decoupage, and I am going to do like I would decoupage anything else, putting a layer down on the front of the shoe. And then I'm going to place my image down and just kind of play around with it. I do kind of press it down just to put out any bubbles and, you know, give it a good layer of the decoupage over top once it's all set in place. So today's video is in collaboration with my girl, Danielita AF, the crafty mixologist. Now, if you have not checked her channel out yet, you must go check it out. And, of course, see her video that she's putting up today for the Marvel theme. But I'm telling you, you guys, she makes some of the coolest little crafts and paintings, and she's so artistic. And she has a cocktail or a mixed drink with each and every video that you can recreate as well. I think that's amazing. So definitely go and check her out. So working on the second shoe now, I am going to go ahead and do the same thing that I did on the front of my other shoe. This time just taking a different image, and again you can see I have to kind of press out the bubbles. I want this to look smooth and definitely not really wonky, because it's going to be on a shoe, and it's, yes, it's on your feet, but people look at your feet, y'all, so I definitely wanted it to look cool for my kiddo. And you can just see there, I'm just kind of doing a little patchwork. I'm not going to show every single piece that I'm putting on this shoe because, again, this project, this is not one of those quick projects. I mean, this took me probably a good couple of hours to really get completed and have look nice and the way that I wanted it. But it's definitely a labor of love because I knew who these were going to. And you can see there, like, I don't know, I just thought these looked so stinking cool. And those pieces there, like, I wasn't doing a pattern for those little different inserts. I just kind of eyeballed it, and really what I did was took the comic itself, the page itself, placed it over that part of the shoe and kind of creased it out wherever I needed to have it cut out. I don't think I really showed it in the video how I did that, but you can kind of get the idea because there's, you know, obviously different dimensions in the sides of that shoe, and you can just really kind of crease it out to where you would need to cut it and just kind of go from there. There's really no, you know, exact way that you would have to do something like this. I mean, come on, we're decoupaging shoes here, guys. So once I had it all done, and I'm only doing those parts that you see on the shoe, I'm taking some of the waterproof decoupage that Plaid does as well. It's like dishwasher safe waterproof. Yeah, dishwasher safe waterproof. And I'm just going to put a coat of that over top of my pieces that I've done on these shoes. And that's it, because now they're ready to go. And my kid can wear them and love them. And I love them too, so now I want to make a pair for myself. But tell me what you guys think. I know this is different than what I'm normally doing. I know this is, a little outside the norm. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to step outside your box and do something fun and different, and, not be just categorized in one little, style. You know what I mean? So definitely feel free to explore and do something different. And you know what? These shoes, I had so much fun doing them. I mean, listen to me, I'm almost losing my voice talking about it. But they were definitely one of my favorite things I've done so far. Okay, so for my second DIY, I am going to do something Captain America related. So here I'm on my Cricut Access on my iPad, and basically I just took an image I found off Google and uploaded it in there, and I can actually create my own cutout, basically my own pattern. And that's what I wanted. I just wanted to have the Captain America flag, or Captain America shield to cut out. Now, yes, they have them on Cricut Access. You do have to pay for those. They're like $1.99, I think, because they are Marvel related, which, it's not free. So, but you can also get images off Google and do the same thing in there. So what I'm doing is taking a piece of this stencil vinyl that I have, and I do believe I have it linked in my description below for Amazon, and I just simply am cutting out that pattern. Now I did measure my wood round, which is what I'm putting this on, to make sure that I had the exact measurement so that this would fit properly. And I'm just taking this first and second piece off of my vinyl. Now I'm not throwing this away, I'm keeping it because I'm gonna have to do something with it later, which I realized after the fact I probably could have did this project a little bit different and saved myself some time, but oh well, you live you learn. So I'm taking some of my transfer tape here and I'm just putting it all across the back of this stencil, and then I'm going to place it down on my wood round. Now this wood round is from Dollar Tree. They do have their dollar, I think it's like their dollar spots or whatever. It was $5. Anytime that I see these, I pick up a couple because they're hard to find, and I think they're perfect for making your own DIY signs of any kind. So once I have this down, I just simply remove that off. Now I get to paint. So I'm of course making Cap's shield. So we're going to do red first. Now, in hindsight, like I said, if I could have did this a little different, I probably would have just pre-painted this whole sign white, and it would have saved me a little bit of hassle with what I'm going to have to do next. But it's okay. It still came out looking the way that I wanted it, so I'm not mad at it, y'all. Once this is all painted, and basically, again, I'm just painting what's open from the stencil, and this will dry relatively quick because this is just apple barrel paint that Plaid makes as well, and it's an acrylic paint that dries super quick. So there's that first satisfying part. But here's the part that's probably going to stress people out. I had to take my piece that I pulled out earlier from my stencil, and I'm replacing it down over top of the red. And I'm doing this because I have to paint that middle ring white, and that's now you understand why I said I should have just painted this whole thing white to begin with, and I wouldn't have to worry about that. But I didn't think about it. I think I was just too excited to get this created. So, and this wasn't a project that took a whole long time. So I'm going in here and I'm putting down the middle. Now this one I did have to kind of cut it to get it to fit. I don't know why. It just wasn't working for me, y'all, but it's okay. Got it to work. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my next piece removed, which in this case is going to be the star from the center. And then it's time to paint. And of course, for this part, I'm just using some of the Apple Barrel white paint. I do think that with this, I did like 2 coats just to get it super white and bright. But the red was just a single coat because it was pretty strong and held to the wood pretty good. So then I'm just going to go through and pull up those pieces right there alongside the star. And this is always my favorite part. I love pulling back the vinyl after I've done some paint and I just see those nice crisp clean lines there. Oh, it's just so relaxing. But here's the stressful part again, putting down that star back over the white, because now I got to do my blue part. So just taking some of my Apple Barrel blue paint as well, and I'm going to go over this and finish up the rest of this sign. This really, like I said, it was such an easy project to do. If you can, you know, not worry so much about having to do all this stuff with the stencils, but I definitely knew I couldn't freehand this, so this stencils was my favorite part. So, and here we go, you guys. This is how I love this part. I love peeling back the vinyl. I don't know, maybe I'm the only weirdo that enjoys that, but there's just something very satisfying to see it come out the way that you want it. And of course, you know, when you do kind of pull this stuff back, and this, what was great about it too is it didn't peel that paint up, which I was kind of nervous that it would do. It absolutely did not peel the paint up. So now there was a little bit of, you know, you can kind of tell there was a little bit of off center, I think, with the blue and the white or whatever, but I just kind of went in with a little paintbrush and touched it up where it needed, and that was it. I mean, this was probably one of the quickest signs I think I've ever made. And just to top it off, I took some of my Mod Podge just to give it a good sealant, and that was it, guys. So this is the final piece, and yes, it is a sign. You can hang it up on the wall. I did add a hanger to the back of this, or it could just be leaned up against something, but my daughter is obsessed with caps, so she absolutely loves this for her room. I love it too. And so my final DIY is going to be a sketch painting. I figured I wanted to step outside the box and show you something different. And so sketching and drawing and painting is something else that I love to do. And I don't show it enough, I don't think, but I really felt like it would work for this particular video this time. So I am going to finish off the Marvel theme with the man, the myth, the legend, the master of Marvel himself. And you guys probably already know who this is, but I will wait till the end to say. But it was an easy sketch. Now, please, please, please don't get upset or feel like, you know, well, I can't draw, I can't do that, I can't, you know, it's not about that, you guys. Really, it is about just enjoying yourself in the art process and creating things. It doesn't always have to be decoupaging something. It doesn't always have to be, you know, creating something for your bathroom or your, you know, kitchen, or, you know, there are so many different areas to be artistic, to be creative, and just doodling and playing with paint, you know, those are some really great options, especially for myself. And I only say that because it's when I'm stressed out, there's something about picking up a paintbrush and just, you know, smashing it against the canvas that really helps relieve that. It helps calm me down. And I know I get this probably from my father. My father was an artist, and, you know, that's what he did a lot to kind of relax. And, you know, after working all day long, every day, you know, in a factory, he would come home and just paint. And the stuff that came out was amazing. So I'm just saying all of that to tell you guys, like, don't be like, oh, I can't do this. Why did she put this in a video? Like, whatever. I just want to show you that there are other options to being creative. Like when I did my video on resin work last week, you know, that's another option. There are so many different things to be done. And I am not ashamed to say I do a lot of different things within the, you know, the crafting community. I love all kinds of crafts. I'm not pinpointed to just one particular type. So if that is your thing, you guys, then I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and sticking with me through that, because that's me and that's how I'm always going to be. Now, if you're looking for somebody that only does one particular type of crafting and that's it, I may not be the channel for you, but I hope you all stay around, because I just love sharing. So I will share where my passion is, and my passion can change. It could be something else next week, but for right now, today, it's Marvel, and I am just sharing just some of the fun projects that I've done with this theme. And I really honestly felt like I could go more with it, but I just didn't want to overload my house with too many Marvel projects, like as if there could be too many. I don't know. But the way that I'm doing this, and because I know I haven't really mentioned it yet, but I'm using these Artisan, these are fabric markers, and I love these. As you can tell, I have like a whole pack of them. These ones are just black, but they have a point tip, like a chisel tip, and then they have like the wider tip. So that way you can do a lot of really cool things on fabric. Now, I have a lot of Artisan fabric markers because I used to, when I would customize shoes, I actually hand drew the shoes, or hand painted them at the time. And actually I started hand painting shoes first, then I went to using the markers from Artisan. And I love these markers, and these black ones are perfect. And I thought, you know what, it's a canvas, it's pretty much the same thing as a fabric. So what's great about this, as you can tell, I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm going to mess things up, and I did. Like, I had some lines that were off that I didn't like how they looked. Y'all, I took a baby wipe, and that's what kind of erased it for me. But see, you can tell that there's that leftover kind of grayish mess on there, but it actually works out for my favor, because I wanted to have a kind of a shadow there anyway, and I'm painting this, so the paint is going to cover up all of that. Don't ever feel like you screwed something up to the point it's not fixable. When it's art, there's always a way. There's always a way to fix it. There's always a way to make it something different. And you guys remember, a lot of times what you think is not pretty or what's not cool or doesn't look good, there's going to be 100 other people out there that love it. And it's taken me a long time to accept that for myself, but it's the truth, you guys. Things that you think are just the worst, that you are like, why did I even make this? There's always somebody out there that's going to love it. So don't give up. Don't cash in don't cash in your checks just yet when it comes to when you're creating something, because honestly, you just gotta go with it. So now I know I'm talking a lot, but this is the longest part of this video, is showing how that I'm doing this picture and just messing around with the colors. All of the paints that I'm using are Artisan, or no, I lie. Rewind. Plaid. I don't have any Artisan stuff yet as far as a lot of their paints and whatnot, just the markers, but I would love some. But right now I'm using Plaid apple barrel paints, which I absolutely love already. So, but you can just kind of see here, I'm just going in and putting in my colors, getting my shadows and stuff made up, my different tones for my for the face, for the flesh, and for the hair. And you know what? That's all there is to it. So I'm not going to keep on talking throughout this whole process. I'm just going to let this play with a little bit of music, whatever. So just enjoy, and I will talk to you at the very end of this video. So of course, once he is all painted and dry, I'm going back over it with my Artisan marker just to have it stand out, because that's exactly what I wanted this picture to do, was have that comic feel, and I absolutely love it. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, the Marvel master himself, Mr. Stan Lee. So I thought it was a great way to honor him with this video. And I love it. And this picture is actually going to go to my husband for his birthday this month. And it was an early gift because he's already seen it, and he loves it so much. So I was so happy to be able to do this for him, and I really hope that you guys enjoy it, even if it's not your cup of tea or whatever. I just hope that you get inspired to draw, to paint, to create in any way, whoever it is that you want to paint or whatever it is that you want to paint. Just do it, you guys. I hope that you love it and just have fun with it. So here are all my projects, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please, please, if you haven't already, hit subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going to upload something new. And if you already subscribed, thank you guys for coming back and visiting me. And don't forget to go check out Danielita AF, the crafty mixologist, and her video. I know it's going to be amazing. And yeah, you guys, love y'all, take care, and stay safe.